Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, what was the topic which I taught you in the previous class? It was about February Revolution in Petrograd. Who can say a short summary about that February Revolution in Petrograd? Whatever you remember, you start. I will ask another person. Just start. Anyone.
Ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, in the winter of 1917, conditions in the capital Petrograd were grim.
Yes. Yeah, it was very, it was not at all positive. All are facing a lot of problems. That was the situation. Okay. Then next, what happened? Ascend, you remember? Yeah.
On 22nd of February, a lockdown took place at a factory on the night bank.
Okay. So there was a lockdown. Okay. Because of that lockdown, what happened, Krishnaveni?
Ma'am, strike.
Yeah, there was a strike. Okay. Now, what happened along with that strike, Krishnaveni?
Ma'am, this come to be called as Women's Day.
No, that women also led that strike. Because of that reason, we started celebrating International Women's Day. Okay. Then what happened after that? What was the political situation? Alina, can you say? What was the political situation? What was the situation or what happened? I mean, a lot of things happened in the capital area. What all things happened? Shivanya, can you start?
Ma'am, on Sunday, 25th February, the government suspended the Duma.
Yes, Duma was suspended. Okay. After that, what happened?
Politicians spoke about the measure.
Yeah, they didn't like this particular step. Okay, they were against the step. Then what happened? Who can say? Mithun? Mithun? Joseph? Do you remember? What all things happened as a part after that? After 25th Sunday?
No,
Okay. Then Evelyn, what about you? Evelyn. Ransacked in the sense they attacked the police headquarters. Okay, fine. After that, what happened? Vinayak, you were there?
no, ma'am.
Alina? Anlia? What happened after that?
People started raising slogans.
Yeah, people started raising slogans against the government. Okay, so what happened after that? Something the higher officials ordered. What was that? Anlia?
When they called the cavalry.
They called the cavalry and told them to
fire the people.
Yeah, fire the people. Whether they heard this, Asin, did they listen to this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. No, they actually, they don't want to follow that, or they refuse to fire the people. Shankari, then what happened? Some of the soldiers, what did they do? Shankari. Mithun.
Ma'am, 3 other regime mutant voting to join the strike.
Yeah, they soldiers, what they did, they joined the people or the protesters, and they never wanted to fire on the people. Then they gathered and formed something. What was that?
Soviet.
Soviet. Okay, Soviet was formed, or we call it as Petrograd Soviet. And again, you can see as a result of that, the higher officials or military commanders, they were going and meeting Tsar. And what did they tell to Tsar? Yeah, just leave the throne. You otherwise something bad may happen. They said like that. So there is no other go, because no military commanders, no soldiers are with Tsar. So he just abdicated the throne or left the throne. Then you can see there was the formation of provincial government. Okay. Now next one, after February, what happened in Russia? That is what they have given. So you know that there was a provincial government, and in the provincial government, we can see some of the army officials were there, land owners were there, industrialists were there. Okay, so all these are rich people, not the common workers here. Okay, so after February, what happened here? There was a formation of provincial government, and this provincial government consists of mainly the industrialists and just wait 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, industrialists, army officials, industrialists, all these people were there. And what do you feel that are they the, if you compare the situation of workers and the army officials or landowners, what difference you can see between them? Is there any difference between them? Industrialists, landowners, army officials on one side. On the other side, the industrial workers. What difference we can find between these two groups? Anyone?
Ma'am, they have a good position in the society.
Not only position, what about the money?
Ma'am,
I
they are
try.
Yeah, they are very rich. Which category they are very rich? Like landowners, industrialists, all those people were very rich. And will they introduce all the pure ideas of communism or socialism? That is the question now. Okay, we'll see the next points. Now, I told that before or during the time of Tsar, there were restrictions. Curfew was there. Restrictions were there on public meetings and all that were removed. And everywhere, I mean, all over Russia, you can see Soviets were set up. Soviets in the sense of small councils. I mean, group of people, they formed associations, and you can see they were forming small Soviets there. So everywhere, like Petrograd Soviet was there, were there. The same way in different areas of Russia, many Soviets were set up. After that, you can see in April 1917, okay, we know that there was a leader for Bolsheviks, that is Vladimir Lenin. So he was in exile. He was not there in Russia. So he returned to Russia when after these changes, in the sense now Tsar is not there. So he returned to Russia. And he felt that, and he started telling that. Or one more thing, you can see that according to him, he never liked the First World War. You know that Russia was a participant in the First World War. He always opposed the war since the beginning of the First World War. That means since the 1914 onwards, he was against the war. Now, at the same time, he started telling that, okay, now it's time the Soviets should take power. Now, what do you mean by the Soviets? What is that, Soviets?
Ma'am, that workers and
Workers' Council. I mean, Common People's Council. So he is also giving an idea that now the power should be in the hands of whom?
Common people.
Common people or workers. It should not be in the hands of rich people. Like that kind of mentality he started telling. So what is that first thing? 1917, he came back to Russia. He was against the war, and he started telling that now Soviets should take over the power. Okay, that is one thing. So 2-3 things he had in his mind. First thing, war to be closed. I mean, we should not participate in the war, or we should not continue the war. That is the first thing he advised. Second thing, land should be transferred to peasants. There should not be any landowners, but other than that, what we should do, landowners in the sense rich, those who own lands in acres and acres in their name, that should not be there. What he is telling, land should be transferred to peasants. Why he say like that? Land, when it is transferred to farmers, he says that rich poor gap will reduce. Okay, or who is actually working on the land? Who is actually working on the land?
Farmers.
The
Farmer.
farmers or the peasants. Okay, so what he says that, or according to him, what he says, the person who is working on the land, that person should own the land. That is his idea. Okay, then what he said, all the banks, you know what is a bank, right? So all the banks should be nationalized. Okay, so these 3 things he brought. That is first thing, the war should be stopped. Second thing, land should be transferred to peasants. Third thing, banks should be nationalized. Okay, this we call it as April thesis. Okay, these 3 things which he brought towards in the society, or he wanted to bring in the society, that we call it as, these 3 demands we call it as Lenin's April thesis. Okay, so what do you mean by Lenin's April thesis? Alia, what do you mean by that? Lenin's April thesis.
The 3 ideas that he brought.
What are those 3 ideas?
The war should be closed. The land should be transferred to the peasants. All the banks should be nationalized.
Okay, now when he told this, many of them felt that no, it's not time. Okay, we should not do all of a sudden all these things. Bolshevik party people, they themselves were surprised by hearing these 3 ideas. They felt that we should not bring so suddenly these changes. They felt like that. They felt that it's not time now to bring all these changes, and there should be the provincial government. I told you provincial government was there, and that provincial government should be there for ruling for some time. The Bolshevik members, they felt like that. But later on, when they saw the changes, what happened in the society, they felt that, okay, fine, there is no problem. We can introduce in all these policies. It was better. Like that, they started to have a feeling. Okay. Now, let me show that now, provincial government, will they like these ideas of Bolshevik party? Will they will not like. Why? What is the reason for that?
All the controls will be in the power.
Yeah, every control will go into everyone's hand.
Yes.
Right. I mean, people will be there is no difference between rich and poor. They are telling that, according to the Communist Party, they are telling that all the lands should be transferred to peasants. So those ideas, they were against actually. Or sometimes, you know, that industries also, they will say that they should not rule according to this way, like that and all. They may say, the Communist Party may say. So they were afraid of actually the ideas of Bolshevik party or the Communist Party. So they don't want actually to follow the ideas, whatever was told by whatever was told by Lenin. Okay. Next, here you can see. Okay. Workers' movement started spreading all over Russia. Okay, everywhere you can see the workers' movement started spreading. Workers' movement, when they spread, they always will support the workers, not the industrial owners. Okay, and they started questioning the industrialist. Okay, they started questioning the industrialists, and every industry there were some factory committees and all, and they started questioning the how these industrialists are running the factories. They started questioning. Lot of trade unions we can see during this time. Soldiers committees were there. Then somewhat they have given here 500 Soviets were there. I mean, that is only a number which they sent their representative to one. There was a meeting actually, All Russia's Congress of Soviets. All Russia's Congress of Soviets, in the sense, when we say All Russian Congress, it is a meeting of all the Soviets. Okay, you know what is a Soviet? When we tell All Russian Congress, that is a meeting of all the Soviets. Now, in that particular meeting, 500 Soviets, they sent their representatives for that particular meeting. Now, so by seeing this, provincial government felt that if we are not controlling this, they may lose power. Okay, so their power will be reduced. They will not be able to use their power. They understood that it was a threat now for them. I mean, Lenin was a threat for this provincial government. And there you can see Bolshevik, because Bolsheviks, they were growing actually. Okay, so provincial government felt that they should take some stern measures or strict measures they should take against these Soviets, because they were not happy with the working of industries, factories. They were not happy with the existing situation. People were against. They were spreading a lot of discontent were there in the society. Lot of discontent, lot of bad feelings were there in the Russian society during that time against the existing situation. So provincial government felt that if they are not going to control this situation, what will happen? They may lose power. So they started taking strict action against the Bolshevik here. Okay, because it started resisting now. Workers, I told that workers, they wanted to run the factories. Okay, or how they are running the factories, the workers were questioning. And by seeing this, provincial government felt that if they should control this, and they started arresting the leaders. Okay, now lot of demonstrations were there, lot of protests were there in 1917. All these things were strictly suppressed in the sense everything, it was they made under control. Many of these. This one
Yes,
only. No. This one or previous one?
ma'am, this one.
Okay. So many of the Bolshevik leaders, they were arrested. They kept under control. Some of the Bolshevik leaders, what happened? They ran away. I mean, they hid, or they were in hiding place, because if they were found, the provincial government will arrest them or suppress them. Okay, so this was the situation in Russia even after the revolution. There was revolution, Tsar was removed. Then even then you can see that the revolution is not stopped. People, they started demanding more and more things. They started questioning the industrialists, and the soldiers committees were formed. In many areas, the Soviets were formed. And you can see the provincial government, they were afraid of this growth, and they started suppressing the workers, started arresting the leaders. All the demonstrations or the protest, it was suppressed or repressed. Many of these Bolshevik leaders, what they have done, they went into hiding or they fled from the place. So this was a situation. Now, again, in the countryside, you can see countryside in the sense we are talking mainly about the villages. Okay. In the village side, the peasants, they started asking for redistribution of land. What do you mean by redistribution of land? What is that? Redistribution of land. Who can say?
I'm distributing the land again between them.
Again to others. Well, what does it mean that? What do you mean by that? Who is having the land? Who are the owners of the land? Large?
The people who are working on the land.
No, people who are working on the land, now they are not. Okay, owners in the sense large landowners were there. So they started, these peasants started asking what? Distribute that land, redistribute. Distribute that land to whom? To the
peasants.
to the peasants. So all these revolutionary leaders, they pressed for in the sense they started demanding. They made it compulsory that the distribution of land should be done again. For that purpose, land committees were formed, and many of these socialist revolutionaries, by seeing these socialist revolutionaries, peasants, what they did, you see, peasants, what they did, they seized the land in the sense, they went and they told that now we are the owners, and you will not have any authority on the land. Like that, they started telling, they seized. What do you mean by seized?
Took over.
Yeah, took over. They just took that place under their custody, and they started telling that now they are the owners. Okay, so these were the incidents that happened in Russia, especially in the countryside. So the other things, whatever I told, industry and all those things, that was happening in the main cities and all those areas. Countryside, what happened? Peasants and these socialist revolutionary leaders, they started telling that the distribution should be done of the land. Landowners cannot have those many lands with them, and they are going to, it should be given to the common people, because they are the ones who are working on it. For that purpose, many committees were formed. But landowners, do you think that they listen to them?
No,
What do you
ma'am.
feel? No
No.
way. No way they will listen. So what they did, they started seizing the land. They took over the land and now started telling that now we are the owners, we will not give it back to you. Like that situation was there in Russia. Okay.
And start.
After this, can you show the last slide?
Okay, then. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye.